Test, test, test. What's going on, yo? What's going on? Let me know how we sounded. Let me know how we sounded. So you don't see any of the trades from yesterday because I have to make some videos for that stuff yet. So I didn't want to delete the stuff yet. But I also had to update my levels. But as you can see, we're in another GU cell setup with the members and students. We're about to hit TP3 right here. And y'all was on the live stream yesterday, where you saw the recap of how we did yesterday. Y'all know we caught another banger GU setup yesterday. Got a nice Telegram don't want to pop up. All right, so it's not popping up, but y'all just hit the first link description. Just go to yesterday. You see we got a nice 1 to 5 on there. So we're about to hit TP3 right here. Make sure to like the live as you hop up in here. Y'all subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Got a new video dropping for y'all today as well. So make sure you have your notice on. So we're approaching TP3 right here. We also got a few other sets we're going to be looking at. We're just waiting for some confirmations on those. But yeah, GU's doing its thing right now. What's going on, Swart? These are your first stream. Hey, that's what's up. So if you got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts, drop in the chat. How the London session lives go. They're different from the TikTok lives. Right, the TikTok lives are a little bit more educational. We'll be breaking the trades down and the sets we took from the London session live. The London session live, you're going to see some realistic trading. Obviously, we're in some trades right now, but like if you watched yesterday, well, not yesterday, watch Tuesday or Wednesday's live stream, even Monday's live stream, but mainly Tuesday and Wednesday. We see some good examples of us, waiting for setups, entering trades, waiting for confirmations, all that good stuff. But yeah, so we got a few other sets we're going to be looking at as well. We're going to be looking for possible US30 buys. We all was in the live yesterday. Remember, I told y'all we was looking for buys with US30. And yes, price rejected from when we was looking for them during London session. But look what happened when 930 popped off. The volume picked up and shot to the upside, right? A bunch of people was probably looking for sales yesterday. But again, why did price shoot to the upside? Because we're in the uptrend, right? Just like why we're continuing to go for sales on GU and making bread, because we're in a downtrend, right? If we go to our charts that was taking setups on, all right, we caught this huge setup yesterday, and that's 1 to 7. I took a second position as well, caught a nice 1 to 8 on that one. And then on Wednesday, we caught a nice sell setup 1 to 4. We took this in the live stream on Wednesday also. And then Tuesday, we entered this trade live as well. Caught a nice 1 to 5 on this. And then Monday, went for a sell here, got wicked out. They got a nice sell setup in New York session. So we literally been taking sales all week on GU. We've been catching nice setups, and we're still catching nice setups as we speak. We're about to hit TP3 right now. We're like a pip away from hitting TP3 right. So again, this is why I always stress to just keep it simple and go with the flow of price, right? Don't try to overcomplicate it. If we're in a downtrend, just keep going for sales. If we're in an uptrend, just keep going for buys. And this week and last week are perfect examples of that, right? So TP3, let's let the members know. But yeah, if we compare Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to yesterday and Friday, it's like what I talk about all the time in the Sunday chart analysis, how I say Monday and Tuesday are typically the slowest day of the week. Things start to pick up Wednesday. So if you go to Tuesday and Wednesday's live streams, we was waiting like an hour for our confirmations. But yesterday and today, first candle of London session open, we hopped in trades, right? So you see a little bit of a difference there. But again, we still do the same thing every single day. We show up at the same time. But like I said, there are times where as soon as the market opens, you can't find setups. But that's not going to be an everyday thing. But when it's there, it's there. You know what I'm saying? So we're about to see what this next 15 looks like. So if we can't break past this point, we might see a retracement. But as far as what we're looking for with GU, as long as we can maintain 3150 as resistance, we're going to be looking for sales going down to the downside. We can look for sales going down to 3115, possibly down to 30.80. We're also going to be looking for gold sales. It did this nice drop during Tokyo session. So we're either going to wait for price to retrace back and retest 40.34 and hold that as resistance, or if we can break back down below 30.90, 39 at 74 and hold that as resistance, we're going to look for sell setups like we did last week. Not last week, earlier this week. Let's see what we got going on. Let's get this off the screen too, so y'all can see the screen a little bit better. I've been paper trading for a while. I found a good broker, so I'm practicing them on their site until I feel that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I tell people all the time, like when I first discovered this strategy, I was like, look, I'm done wasting money. So before I put money into my accounts again, I need to make sure this shit works. And I literally practiced this strategy for 3 months on a demo account. And after I was profitable for 3 months, that's when I switched back to live. And then that's when I bought another prop firm challenge. And then you see success. Because again, a lot of people think demo accounts aren't the same. They're not the same because you don't treat them the same, right? Obviously, if you know you can't make a 5K demo or a 100K demo or $100 demo account. So it can be tempting to put stupid big lot sizes or contract sizes. But at the end of the day, if you know you're not going to be putting no 5 lot or 10 contracts, why are you practicing doing that, right? Because now you're going to be hurting your brain, because now you're going to be seeing profits that aren't realistic to you. And then also, so when you do switch to a live account, you're not going to be used to what's actually good profits for your account size. You get what I'm saying? What are your trend lines originally from? I don't use trend lines, so these are my key price levels, right? So the key price levels I marked up, as you can see. That's why you don't see my trades from the rest of the week on GU, because I update them multiple times a week. But I got to make videos for these trades we took earlier this week, so I didn't want to clear these levels yet. These levels were still relevant to the trades we took last week, right? Or I keep on saying last week, the week's not over yet. Earlier this week, so that's why I made a new chart, because I don't want to delete all the stuff here, because I make videos for these. But they're based off of bigger time frames, and they're levels I mark off that are relevant to what I'm looking for, right? So if we're looking for buys and we're in an uptrend, I'm gonna mark them off a little bit differently. If we're in a downtrend, I'm looking for sales. So that's what they're based off of, right? That's why we always enter and exit off these levels, because we enter and exit off these levels, not only are we gonna have the best entries where you can see the momentum begin, right? But also, when you exit off these levels, you're prepared for the next possible rejection. So again, there's no getting. It's like we talk about in the live streams all the time on TikTok. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Y'all can see it's scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmaker_way_, right? But it's just like I talk about in those live streams. And I don't got my AirPods in, so let me know if I sound good on the mic or not as well, right? But that's what we're talking about, right? So when you understand the rules of price, and then you also enter and exit off these key price levels, not only do you understand what's happening at all times, but you're prepared for the next possible push and rejection. So there's no getting shocked or surprised, right? That's why, and like the advanced signal, like when we're approaching zones, I let them know we're approaching zones, and then more times than not, when we hit a zone, what happens? We price reject, right? So I can show you some examples of that as well. I'm gonna go to advanced place signal real quick. Let me try to find an example. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to find a trade really quick. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to like the live, y'all, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We're almost at 4,100 subscribers. We can get to that easily. And again, like I said we're not going to be able to blow through that level. We're going to see a retracement. I know it was going to retrace because, again, the markers do the same shit over and over again. They just do it in different patterns, right? Or they do it in different orders, but they always do the same thing. So the more you're on the charts, the more you pay attention to the charts, the more you're going to be able to, again, anticipate what price is going to do next. But let me try to find some examples of what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. So these are old signals I'm about to pull up. All right, so nobody take these setups. All right, these are old signals. Let me see what we got going on here. All right, so we can use the setup from GU yesterday, right? So we're gonna go to our chart from yesterday, right? So again, if y'all was in the live stream yesterday, we took this sell live. So let me show y'all this setup. Again, this is yesterday's signal. Do not take this. This is yesterday's signal. Again, today is not the 30th, right? So this is the trade we took yesterday, right? Entry SLTPs. So you see right here, when we hit I said TP2 on accident. That's what TP2. Anyways, you see right here at 408, I said G hit the next zone. So we go to the 4 a.m. candlestick, which would be this one right here, right? You see how it says 4 a.m. Look what happened when price hit the zone. It rejected, right? So again, when you have these lows marked off, you're going to be able to anticipate when the next rejection is going to possibly happen, right? Just like with US30, I can't blow it up. When US30 hit the zone, we was looking for buys at that level, right? This is the same setup we was looking for in their live stream yesterday, right? So you can see right here at 541, I said we're back at the zone. So that's the what? The 530 candlestick. So we go to the 530 candlestick, 430, 530. You see the difference here. Price didn't reject this low this time. It was able to break the support low and treat it as resistance, which right price continued to push to the downside. You see what I'm saying? You know what happened when price hit the zone right here. It rejected, and then again it maintains low as resistance, and the volume picked up and helped push to the downside. So again, this is why you go for sells in the downtrend, and for sells off resistance levels, just like vice versa. You go for buys in the uptrend, and just buys off support levels, right? So you see here at 657, which was the 645 candlestick. Let me turn this ad off. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I can't even skip the ad. Hey, get your bread then, I guess. But anyways, so then you see right here at 645 candlestick, I said you approaching the we go to 645. Look what happened at 645. We're rejected, right? So again, you're gonna be able to anticipate what's going to most likely happen next. So you'll be able to make a decision whether, okay, I know price is going to either reject or break through this level. I want to secure profits. I want to close. I want to keep holding, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why we always enter and exit off those levels. But let me turn this background music back on. All right, I can show a bunch of examples of that, even with other setups. Like this is the trade we took on Wednesday, right? 5 a.m. candlestick. I said GU hit the next zone. So we go to GU. We go to the trade beforehand, right? 29th. 5 a.m. candlestick. GU hit the next zone. We go to 5 a.m. Look what happened at 5 a.m. What happened next? Price rejected, right? Then price rejected it again, right? So we scroll back down. I let them know at 827, 815 candlestick, we're back at the zone, right? And then again, look what happened after price hit that zone again. Rejected again. So price is not going to always break through those levels, but that's why you go with the floor of price. Because more times than not, price will go through those levels like it did on Tuesday, like it did yesterday, like it did on yesterday was Thursday, right? But why did price not do this right here, right? On Wednesday, we had FOMC, right? So again, we went for sales before FOMC, right? Because we took this trade 4:23 a.m. But then look what happened on FOMC. 2 o'clock we had FOMC, 2:30 we had FOMC, right? 2 o'clock, 2:30. And price literally did the exact move we was looking for when the news popped up, right? So again, that's why I say this strategy is not just a strategy, it's how the markets work. That's why it's called the playbook. And even with news events, no news days, price still follows these rules and still reacts and respects these levels, right? So that's why we trade off these levels right here. So we got to see what this next 5 minute looks like. Again, me and Amir and this GU setup, we're floating in profit right now. If GU can maintain and hold 31.50 as resistance, we can look for sales going down to 31.15. That's what we're looking for right now. We're also paying attention to gold and US30. US30 is kind of chilling right here, but if US30 can maintain 47.570 as support, we can look for buys going back up to 47.760. And then for the future traders, the YM version of that. I'm gonna cut you to the chat in a second. I got you. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. We're gonna be looking for the same thing, right? So we're either gonna be looking for buys if we can retest 47,550, or if we break back above the whole 47,720 as support, we could look for buys going back up to 47,900. All right. So that's what we're looking for right there. We're also going to be looking at GJ buys. The game plan is still the same as yesterday, but again, this is why you don't breakout trade, right? I always say I'm anti-breakout trading, and I wait for the break and retest. What would have happened if y'all would have FOMO'd and went for buys yesterday before price broke and retest? Got faked out. Would have got faked out. Would have got faked out. Right? Again, this is why you want to wait for the, not the breakout, but the break and retest, right? The break and retest. Same thing here, right? Price broke, would have got worked out, would have got worked out. See here, price did the break and retest. So let's see what this next 15 looks like. Let's see what else we got going on here. I understand the yellow, not the blue. The yellow and the blue is the same, just different time frames. The yellow and the blue I use for the same reason, just different time frames. I was thinking of using alpha futures and connecting trader rate to trading view. You can if you want. I just personally don't like to connect my broker to trading view. That way I can just pay attention to the market structure and then have the broker stuff on a separate screen. Right, that's going to help you as well, especially when you're a new trader, because again, when you're a new trader, you're going to be tempted to, as soon as you enter a trade, look at your P&L. But like I always tell people, as soon as you enter a trade, you're going to be in the drawdown. Right, so there's no point in looking at your P&L and stuff as soon as you enter a trade. Only really pay attention to that if I'm deep in profit and looking at managing a trade or determining whether I want to close or not. But as soon as I enter a trade, I'm not really too interested or worried about that. But you can connect it to trading if you want. But that's why I personally don't do it. So again, y'all, just a little bit of the waiting game. We'll see what this next 15 and 5 minute looks like. We got US30 maintaining this level of support. We're going to look for advice on US30 as well. We got gold retracing back up. So again, with gold, we're looking for sales nonetheless. We'll see if we can maintain 3036 as resistance, or if we can break back down below 3976 and hold that as resistance. We're going to be looking for sales going down to 3934. All right, so we got G retracing. Let me see if we sound a little bit better. Test, test, test. Let me know how we sounding. Are we sounding better? All right, we sound a little bit better. So we got G retracing. So again, as long as we can maintain 41, I'm not 41, 3145, 3140 as resistance, we're still gonna be looking for sales. But do not be too shocked or surprised if we possibly do see a retracement today, because again, we caught the entire lower low this week, and price has done nothing since literally Monday but dropped to the downside. And we did just break some major levels right here, but we're still looking for sales nonetheless, regardless. Right. So just because we can expect a retracement doesn't mean we want to go for the retracement, because as we saw this week, there was plenty of times price could have retraced, but it continued to dump in our favor. And if y'all check out the Sunday chart analysis, right, I always talk about the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but it goes over what we see price doing throughout the entire week. And if y'all watch this week's Sunday chart analysis, first link description, you'll see G's going as projected. GJ's been ranging, he's still building, it was looking for gold going as projected, and the US30 and NAS100 are semi going as projected. They're doing some retracement. Again, GJ, we're going to be looking for this setup, probably New York session, but if GJ can break above with a 203.05 of support, we can look for buys going to 203.70. And then we got gold, still slowly retracing. So we're going to wait to see what comes from back here, and then look for a session here as well. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. Just dropped some new video. I drop a video every single day this week, so make sure, especially this week and after the live, to catch up to the videos. All playlists are up to date. This one is going down a little bit. So I think this is, there we go. So this US30 right here as well. Got a new 5-minute about to pop up. So again, for those that hopped in here, remember I said I was like, we ain't gonna break past this level. We'll see price retrace. So now I got to see if we can maintain this level as resistance right here. That's what. See a nice push right here. We hit TP3, barely missed TP4. And then we're still paying attention to gold right here. We're approaching the first TP on US30 as well. Let's see if we can hit this before the next 15 pops up. Like right there. We ain't hit it yet. We barely missed it. New 5-minute popped up. TP1 hit on US30. And this is what GU and GJ is looking like. So let's see if we can take these highs out right here. Well, not these highs, but these highs. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. New 15 about to pop up in a little bit. New 15 just popped up. We got GJ still trying to push up again. We're not going to go for buys unless we can break above and hold 203.05 as support. Let's see what GU's got going on. GU still chilling right here. So we're back at our entry on GU. About to hit TP2 on US30. And then we're going to see goals doing a push right here. Those just join the stream. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. So today is the last day of the month. So next week, probably on Monday, I'm gonna do a recap of how we did last month. What's going on with my music? Let me see. There we go. All right, but just a sneak peek of how we did this month. Again, just hit that first link in the description. That's how we did last month and last quarter. But we're not 6-1 no more. We're 8-1 for the week. So we're 8-1 this week. We still got some work to do on US30 and GU, but we did some TPs. As far as how we did last week, we went 6-1. The week before that, we went 6-1 as well. Then we scroll up. Week prior, we went 7-0. I'm moving my mic, so let me know if I sound good or not. I just moved my mic a little bit closer, so let me know if I sound better. We went 7-0 the week before that. And then the first week of October, we went 5-0. So that's how we're doing so far this month. If you go to October 1st, you'll see how we did last month, September. Went 16-3, gives an 84% win rate. You scroll to October 3rd, you'll see how we did last quarter. July, we went 17-2. August, 23-2. The September, 16-3. Ending the quarter, 56-7, gives an 89% win rate. Catching total 270,000 pips. Again, go to October 3rd. You can see this. You click right here. It's going to take you to the quarter, which is July. And you scroll down. You can see how we did quarter 2. 52-6 gives a 90% win rate. So we had a 90% win rate quarter 1, 90% win rate quarter 2. Excuse me, and then an 89% win rate quarter 3. So we've been absolutely killing it this year. But we're just picking up where we left off last year. If you go to quarter 4 last year, right where last year, go to quarter 4 last year, we had a 91% win rate quarter 4 as well. So we're just picking up where we left off. We have a high 80, high 90% win rate on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis. And we've been doing this since 2022, y'all. If you go to the subscribers, over 1,900 photos over 3 years with receipts. You can see screenshots, positions, student results, testimonials, all that good stuff as well. So make sure to hit that first link description, explore the channel, and also that way you're notified every time we go live on YouTube as well as TikTok. We're not going to be going live today on TikTok. We don't usually go live on Friday. Sometimes we do, but not this Friday. I got some stuff to do this Friday. But we go live at least 3 times a week during New York session on TikTok, but we're live every single day on YouTube. And again, even though it is Friday, still check out the Sunday chart analysis so you can see what price will look like at the beginning of the week. Listen to what I was looking for, what my projections were, and then look and see how price is playing out this week. Majority of the charts went as projected, just like last week. Majority of the charts went as projected as well. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at each chart, drop in the chat. We're almost at TP2 right here. Let me take this high out right here. This is what G is looking like. And then G is still slowly pushing as well. So we got G retracing. We got G just still pushing. Still waiting for gold to hit one of our levels. And then we just hit TB2 on US30. So let me go ahead and let the members know. Got a new hour, 15 about to pop up in a little bit. We're going to be on for a little bit longer too, y'all. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. We'll look at these charts, drop them in the chat. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today as well. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram Playmaker_way and then TikTok _Playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. Got some new videos lined up for y'all today as well. seen an hour just pop up. So we're in profit on US30. We hit TP2 on this. Quick update on gold. Gold's still in between our levels. G is still holding as low as resistance. So we did hit TP3 on GU. Again, it's been dropping literally all week. Right, we took a sell on Monday, and we caught the entire lower low this week, right? So, again, especially going into New York session, don't be too sharp or surprised if you see a possible retracement, because again, price can't drop forever, and we just blew through multiple important support resistance lows. But again, price has literally been dropping all week. This was Monday, this was Tuesday night, Wednesday, yesterday, and we're looking for continued sales today as well. With US30, like I said, we're profit on that. US30 can maintain 47.560 as support. We can look for buys going up to 47.760. Price has been moving so crazy lately. I'm still not used to the price, because usually up until like last month, we'd be at like a certain range, but the price has just been moving. But yeah, so that's the game plan for today. And then again, GJ, we're going to be looking for buys if we can break above and hold 203.05 as support. We're going to be looking for buys going to 203.70. All right, so that's the game plan for today. As far as news, I don't think we have any news today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have Canadian news at 8:30, but that's pretty much it. Nothing else. So you already know we're just going to simply waiting for a volume and our confirmations to be met. And like I always say, do not waste the weekend, y'all. Yeah, I'm not saying you don't have a life, but you still want to put some time, especially if you're new to trading or not profitable. Yeah, you still want to put some time over the weekend, because again, those 2 days before market reopens Sunday night, Monday are important, especially if you're trying to get to the profitable stage, because you can end the week strong, but those 2 days is going to revert you back to how you was at the beginning of this week or the last week, whatever the case may be. Instead of starting off Monday strong, you're playing catch up Monday, Tuesday, or you're playing catch up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from the mistakes you made Monday, Tuesday until you went back to how you ended this week. You get what I'm saying? Again, I dropped a lot of videos for y'all this week, so make sure to check those out. All playlists are up to date. Got one more video dropping for y'all today as well. And then this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to drop another crypto update for y'all, because we did have some retracements, but we also had some nice pushes happen as well. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. Again, the end of the summer sale does end. So I'll have it still active this weekend, but next week is going to be over. So again, make sure to take advantage of the end of summer sale. Again, 25% off. Use discount code locked in for advanced play signal one-on-one sessions. And then 40% off. Use discount code Playbook for Playmaker University. Again, you watch the last 3.5 minutes of any of my YouTube videos. I'll go over all those details. But also, if you click the links before you click select, you're going to go over all the details of what the stuff has as well. Right? So make sure to read what the stuff says. But again, you want to see like what it looks like behind the scenes. Again, watch the last 3.5 minutes of all my YouTube videos. You notice when I say if y'all enjoy the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. The video is not over yet. There's still time left, because again, if you watch to the end, I go over all the details and all that good stuff. But if y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram, Telegram, or TikTok. I respond to all messages. Again, there won't be a TikTok live today, but I still got some posts lined up for y'all today on Instagram and TikTok, so still make sure to follow me on there. And yeah, so we're going to see how the rest of today plays out. Going into London, from London to New York session. Members, you already know, in a couple hours, I'm going to drop that New York price watch list for y'all. And we had a good live on whatever day FOMC was. What was that, Wednesday? So make sure to watch the recording from Wednesday. All right, I uploaded that the same day. And yeah, we're out. Enjoy y'all's weekend.